It is officially Friday, which means that it is the fifth and last day of the week of my first ever 9 to 5. And yes, indeed, it's Friday. Friday. That's right, we're bringing back the 2010 vibes with this one. But yeah, it is the final day of the week. Finally, it is Friday. And I look forward to this day ever since yesterday. And yeah, today went by pretty smoothly, pretty well. And I got home nice and well on time. And then I was just relaxing all the way. And now I just really look forward to the weekend, looking forward to Saturday, relaxing all day, just at home, trying to focus on what I'm actually passionate about, which is recording more videos, getting more rest, more importantly, and just getting to just back to my regular routine where I was just basically wasting time, which I guess it's still more or less the same on the weekend, but then after that, it's the Sunday, which is one more day of rest, and then after that, it's back to another work week, which means that it's starting my week two. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna make like week two videos, but we'll see. But for now, I just want to document how I feel right now after the final day of the work week, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Now it's day 5, Friday. So today went by pretty smoothly. My manager person was actually gone for most of the day. They came back around the last hour or two. They were out for like a quick business meeting today, but they were back. And once again, I was just mostly scanning files, and that was basically it. Oh, and getting myself set up in the system of just like getting me into the system so that I can like start actually doing things in the system that are related to the business and handling customers and whatnot. So I'm just getting into the system there. Gonna be doing a bit more of that starting next week, specifically like in the middle of the week. So like next week Wednesday or something like that. So that's gonna be kind of a big task. So I'm now really looking forward to it because it's gonna be harder and it's gonna be actually taking some effort to do. And I might mess up, and I probably will maybe mess up. But yeah, it's definitely not as well. It's definitely going to be harder than just scanning files because that's just putting it in and checking it out online and just storing it, all that stuff. Whereas in the system, there's like a whole order to things. You have to remember like certain numbers, calculations. You have to just like get things really precise. You can't like mess things up. And just follow like a sequence of orders and just go through like each one step by step. Excuse me for my yawning. I'm recording this at 2:24 a.m. in the morning. Once again, very late at night. Like all these past 5 videos has been recorded very late at night because this is the only time that I can record, and it's ironically enough the time right before I go to sleep. So I guess I should have recorded earlier, but again, I was just mostly playing games the time before. I was eating dinner and I was just like watching YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess you could say it's like a little bit of procrastination or whatever, but I also just wanted to like record this video now because again, it's capturing what I'm feeling right now in the present moment, and this actually takes discipline. And again, ironically enough, having this 9 to 5 job is actually making me more disciplined than I would have been before I did have my 9 to 5. Because before I had my 9 to 5, I had all the time in the world essentially, and because of that, I didn't prioritize what was actually important because I kept on distracting myself and I kept on numbing myself, numbing my dopamine system. But it's only now that I am working a 9 to 5 where it's very low dopamine, where it's very just grounded in reality, where now I'm realizing that yeah, this 9 to 5 is taking a lot of my time of my day. And so if I want to escape that, then I have to put it into extra work during my own time to focus on things that I am passionate about so that I can eventually quit that 9 to 5, get enough money, and then work on what I'm actually passionate about, because one, it'll bring me more happiness, and then two, I can make it also into a very fun career that's also very rewarding monetarily speaking. So as for today, again, I just mostly scanned files, and I guess that's basically it. Um, Getting there to work in the morning definitely takes less time than getting back because everyone gets back at the same time. And so, especially the traffic on the highway, it just sucks. What normally would take me around 40 minutes to get home would then take me an extra 20 minutes. So it would be a 1 hour commute going back. And then in the morning, it's a little bit less chaotic, especially today. I don't know why today, this Friday, usually I think from Monday to Thursday, the morning does have a little bit of traffic as well. So it takes me closer to 50 to 55 minutes. So it's closer to an hour to get to work. But today actually took around like 45 to 50 minutes. So I actually got to work 15 minutes earlier, which is nice because I was just chilling in my car. It does feel nice to be on time for once or even get there early because I would usually always be the guy who's either like right on time or either a couple minutes late or maybe like 5-10 minutes late, which of course is never a good feeling because you're getting anxious while you're driving faster, and you're driving maybe a little less safely, and you're driving more recklessly because you know you're already on a time crunch. And when you're watching the time and you're seeing how fast you go, you either try to like speed things up or maybe try to go on these shortcuts. But again, Google Maps already tells you what time you're going to be there, and it's like not accurate 99% of the time. So essentially, if I was going to be late, then I was already going to be late. So I should have taken out the morning before. So in a way, your day actually starts the night before, aka when you go to sleep, when you wake up. What time do you wake up? If you know that it's going to take longer to commute, maybe you should wake up 10 minutes early, which means that you have to take 10 minutes more out of your sleeping time, right? So that means getting to bed 10 minutes earlier, so on and so forth. Overall, I would say that this week has been pretty good. I didn't get too much sleep last night. It was like around 6 hours. So I definitely have to improve on my sleep, get more consistent sleep, get better sleep so that I don't keep waking up in the middle of the night. Overall, this Friday I would say has been a pretty chill Friday, and this whole first week experience has been pretty good, I would say. Mostly pretty chill, just kind of like entry level job things. I feel like week 2 is definitely where things are going to start to heat up and things are actually going to start to get moving, aka I actually have to put in some work now, and I actually have to focus and to just pay attention and to write things down and to actually handle these things on the computer, because again, you're dealing with clients and you're dealing with people, like money at stake, right? So it's very important that you don't mess it up and that I don't mess it up, and I have to just make sure I know what I'm doing, focus up, and not mess up, because one, it's not going to look good for in front of the manager, and I might potentially get fired. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I have full confidence that as long as I do my job decently well, that I won't be fired. It will either be I quit, or I guess I quit. I've never actually been fired before, but yeah, so just focusing up and just doing my job. We got through the first week. I am proud of myself for that, credit where it's due, right? I remember Monday like it was yesterday, even though it was actually 5 days ago, but yeah, I still remember the feeling that I had, the emotion, right? A lot of times it's like how we feel about something. It's about the feeling that's on the other side of things, less so than the thing itself. So the feeling that I had at the time, that's what it's all about. And I still remember that, so I hope to remember this moment right here and that I can look back in the future. Again, I think overall there are some pros and cons to all of this, and that I can reflect back on this. Maybe I'll make another video, but overall, I would say I'm leaning towards the negative side emotionally and mentally speaking, but I know that physically and maybe just in terms of just growing my own self, that this was definitely needed, at least for a period of my life. I'm not going to do this forever, obviously, but this is definitely needed for now. So I guess these are my thoughts for now. If you do go on to enjoy this type of content and you do enjoy this type of video, then go on to subscribe to the channel, as I would really appreciate that. I also have different types of videos that are maybe like self-improvement, life content, any type of content that I will think will help you out. And yeah, I'm just sharing my life on the internet and hoping to build a community from that. So again, if you did enjoy, just subscribe. That's all I ask. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.